everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm super excited about this Chatty Get Ready With Me. I filmed this look for you. It's my go-to smoky eye. A lot of you guys have been asking to see it, so I wanted to film it for you. We had kind of a discussion on my April favorites where I told you guys I'm not a huge fan of tutorials, and a lot of you suggested doing a Get Ready With Me just featuring an eye look because you still wanted to see it, so I decided to go ahead and do one. I like this format because it's laid back, it's a little bit more personable, it's more fun, so I'm definitely still going to do them for you guys. I'm just going to make them a little bit more laid back and more chatty and just fun so you guys can get to know me and I can get to know you. So leave me a comment below chatting with me, answering the questions that I talked about in this video because I would love to get to know you guys as well. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below what look you want to see next because I definitely want to do these more often if you still want to see them. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so to save a little time, I already did my foundation and my eyebrows. I just did a Get Ready With Me featuring my current foundation routine, so I'll link that in the description box below. And I did a video on my eyebrows probably like a few months ago. It's still the exact same process, so I will link that below as well. I think when I do these videos, I'll probably skip over my foundation and my eyebrows just because they take so long and it's so repetitive to do it in every single video. So I'm going to focus on my eye look today. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one is in the anti-aging formula. I don't really have a preference between this and their other formulas. I do like this one because I feel like it's a little bit smoother than some of the others, but I also like Eden because it gives you a nice base. It kind of covers any just unevenness or like if you have dark areas on your eyelids, that's a great option too. So I'm going to be using a few different shadows from the LORAC Pro Matte Eyeshadow Palette in this video. This is actually in my products I want to use up in 2016, and I did hit pan on one of the shadows and there's a good dent in a bunch of them, but I don't know why I thought I could use up an entire eyeshadow palette. I've been using it every single day and I still don't think I will use it up, but in the meantime I've been loving it. So I'm going to use the shadow Bare, and I'm using the Sedona Lace 941 brush, and this is just a great shadow for all over the lid. So I'm going to place this all over the lid right on top of that eyeshadow primer, and I do prefer to go in with an eyeshadow just as a base because I feel like it just helps the other shadows to go on really nicely. And the LORAC Pro shadows are just so soft and blendable. They really give you a really nice base to start with. So I just go from my lid all the way up to my brow bone, any place on my eye where I'm going to be placing shadow after this. So I've been using the Balm Desert Bronzer and Blush as a transition shade for months. I wear it every single day and I think that it is so beautiful. You can wear it alone in the crease or you can use it as a transition shade, and it goes beautifully with brown shadows, which is what I primarily wear. So I am using the Sedona Lace 863 brush, and I just get a little bit of this on my brush and I blend it right above my crease. It blends really beautifully. It's so soft and pigmented and it just looks gorgeous with brown shadows. So if you're looking for a good transition color, I would definitely recommend this. I did have a mini size that I actually used up because I used it so much. So I'll work it above my crease, in my crease, all over my lid. I just really get this all over my eye because it really helps to tie all the shadows together if you are going for like a warm brown look, and I just love it. And then I'm going in with the Buxom Dolly's Wild Side eyeshadow palette. I actually use this palette on its own all the time. I love it. I just mentioned it in my April favorites, but there's a really beautiful color in here. This shade right here makes the perfect crease color or kind of like secondary transition color. When I do a smoky eye, I layer a lot of colors into the crease to help blend it. So I'm actually going to go in with this Real Techniques. I think this is like their tapered crease brush from the Bold Metals collection. It's dirty. I need to wash my brushes today actually, but I wanted to film this video first. So I'm going to take this and just blend it right into the crease. This color is really gorgeous because it is like a brown, but it has a little bit of pink to it. So it kind of adds something unexpected, and I think it looks really pretty with this transition shade that's already on my eyes. So I'm actually going out of town this weekend, which I am super excited about. My cousin and I are going to Florida. We're going to spend some time with our grandparents and then spend a little bit of time at Disney and Universal. And I'm really excited for just a girls trip. I will definitely miss my husband and my pugs, but he hasn't really been able to get a lot of time off. He started a new job a few months ago, so the time that he will have for vacation we already planned to spend with my family at the end of May and then his family in June. So I'm just excited to go with my cousin. It'll be really fun to get away. So I try not to layer this color too heavily if I'm going for like an everyday look, but when I am going for a smoky eye, I will blend it in there pretty well just to give myself kind of like a secondary transition color. I will also focus it really on the outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to go back in with the LORAC Pro Matte Palette. I'm using the shade Corduroy, which is a really beautiful brown, and then I'm using this BeautyJunkees Pro blending brush. Again, I need to wash my brushes for sure, but I like this brush because it's a little bit more precise than the last brush I was using. So I just take the smallest amount. That is why it's taking me so long to use this palette, because you literally have to barely dip your brush into the shadow to get a good amount of color. And then I just really carefully place this in the crease, because I am going to go back in later once I put my lid color on, but I just want to deepen up the crease a little bit more. I try to be a little bit careful and not go too much above the crease with this color, otherwise my eye can look just really dark, and I just want to keep the main, I guess, darkness, what's the word I'm looking for, the main drama below the crease. I have a pretty large eye area, like between my crease and my brow, so I can tend to get a little bit carried away. So I did get a Fitbit. I talked about it on Snapchat last week, and a few of you guys added me as a friend, which is really fun because we've been doing challenges together. I'm like always in last place. I get so few steps in, and I didn't realize how few steps I got in until I got my Fitbit. The only time, I mean, I guess I really get steps in is when I go to fitness class at night or I take a walk during the day. But since I work from home, you know, I primarily sit at my desk all day. Some people have like a crazy amount of steps in. It's so crazy to me. They must have like a really active job. So what do you guys do for work? If you want to share that with me in the comments below, I would love to hear. If you have an active job, I'm really curious, like, how do you get all your steps in? Because the only jobs that I've ever worked, I've mainly sat at a desk at a computer all day, but I think it would be really cool to have an active job, you know, to be walking around the entire day. And of course, I'm sure it's super tiring, but it would be great to be active on the job. So for my lid color, I am going in with the ColourPop shadow in the shade Moonshine. It's a really beautiful brown with some gold shimmer, and unfortunately it was limited edition. I would choose a different shadow, but honestly this has been like my go-to lately, and any brown shadow would work. I actually ordered a new ColourPop shadow off the website, hoping it would turn out to be super similar to this color because this one was limited edition. So I will keep you guys posted once that comes in the mail. But really, like, I switch my ColourPop shadows out all the time, and I use this exact same look with different ColourPop shadows. So whatever you want to use would definitely work. I'm using the Sedona Lace 954 brush, which I love for ColourPop shadows. I found a lot of different brushes that I really like lately, but this one's great. The bristles aren't super soft, so you get a really precise application when you apply it. What is your favorite ColourPop shadow? It's such a hard choice for me because ColourPop shadows have honestly changed my life when it comes to makeup. They are just so pigmented and easy to use, and you don't even have to use a brush. You could totally use your fingers because they apply really nicely like that as well. But I just love their shadows. I will never get over them. I just placed an order on the website the other day because they were having a 20% off sale. So I got a few new shadows and then a few new lippy sticks. So if you guys want to see a haul, I will do that for you definitely. But I think that they are probably like the brand that I am most willing to spend my money on. I'm going to take Chocolate, which is the darkest brown shadow from this palette, and then this brush. I got it in a Nipsey bag a while ago, but I just take a little bit of this color, nothing too crazy, and I just pack it right onto the outer corner just to make this a little bit darker. I blend it out afterwards, so I just like to pack the color on, and it won't make a huge difference. As you guys can tell, you probably can't even really notice it very much on camera, but it just helps to make sure that the outer half, or like the outer corner of my eye, is the darkest. Then I will just go in and blend it out and make sure that everything is blended really nicely. I'm definitely not an expert on blending, for sure, but I would say just take your time, just keep blending, and eventually it'll look good. Okay, so after this is blended out, I mean, I could probably blend for a little bit longer, but my hand is getting tired, and I'll probably come back to it in a little while. Then I'm just going to go in with the jet black eyeshadow and the e.l.f. small angled brush and line my upper lash line. I always do this before I apply liquid liner. It just helps me to apply it a little bit easier, and it helps to fill in any gaps between your eyelid and the liner. Like, sometimes I'll apply the liner and I'll still have like a gap, so this helps to fill in those gaps. I'm going to save myself a little bit of trouble and apply this off camera because I get like this close to the mirror when I apply my liquid liner, but I'm using the Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner, which is my absolute favorite. I line my upper lash line and then I wing it out. Then I'm going to take Corduroy from this palette and the Luxie 233 short shader brush and just smudge this on my lower lash line to kind of tie the whole look together. I really like these Luxie brushes. I keep getting them in my Ipsy bags every single month and I love them. They're such good quality. They actually work so well with the ColourPop shadows and I just can't get enough of them. So I hope that Ipsy keeps sending them to me because I love them. I'm going in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Overboard. It's a really beautiful bronzy shade and I usually go in with like a super dark brown just to make the eye look super dramatic, but I've really just been loving the ColourPop metallic liners or shimmery liners. I think they just add a really fun pop to the waterline and they stay in place really nicely. We're almost finished, so I'm just going to kind of speed through these next few steps before I get to blush and lipstick. I'm using the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, which is my favorite. I love this because it makes your lashes so thick and voluminous. So I am applying this to my upper lashes and then I will apply it to my lower lashes. I'm going to wear false lashes today because I wear them most of the time when I do like a full eye look. I have a really serious question for you. Are you Team Captain America or Team Iron Man? I'm not like huge into superheroes. My husband is like the biggest superhero fan in the entire world, so we're going to see the new movie soon. It comes out this weekend, so we'll probably go see it maybe like opening day. But, well, we didn't buy tickets. I wonder if it's sold out by now. But I'm Team Captain America and he is Team Iron Man. So if you do want to tie the look together or just add that like extra step, I would recommend false lashes. But honestly, I'm feeling a little bit lazy today and I do like how my lashes look. I think they look voluminous enough, so I'm going to skip them. To finish off the eye look, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. This is actually meant for your face, which I'll probably end up using this on my face today too. And then I'm using the Revolution BX95 brush and I'm just going to apply this in my inner corners. I love the ColourPop face products as like eye products as well. I just love their highlighters. They're so beautiful and they're so pigmented. So if you apply it on the inner corner, I think it looks really gorgeous and it just helps to add a nice pop. So I already applied my bronzer, but I am going to be using Milani's Luminoso as my blush today. It's a really gorgeous peachy coral pink shade and I love it. It has just the right amount of shimmer to it, so I just put a little bit on my cheeks. I'm going to finish off with a nude lip, so I'm using ColourPop's lip liner in the shade BFF, which is the perfect nude lip liner. So I'm just going to line my lips. I don't know if I can talk. Hold on. My favorite nude lipstick of all time is Wet n Wild's Bare It All, so I'm just going to apply that on top. And that is the final look. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Let me know in the comments below if there are any looks in particular that you want to see because I am looking forward to doing more of these videos. I like doing this format. It's so laid back and more relaxed and it's really fun to get to chat with you guys. So let me know in the comments below what you want to see in my next video and I will see you then. Bye!